Welcome to Major League Success. My name's John Harp, and on this episode, I'll be talking about building your database with buyer internet leads. So I just wanted to follow up on the last episode with building your database. Internet leads are any leads that you create from your website by SEO or Google Ad Spend or through like social media. In order to get internet leads, you need a website, and most of these will automatically have a CRM, which stands for Customer Relationship Management on the back end. The CRM is basically going to allow you to organize your leads, and it will provide you with the leads name, email, phone number, etc. It's going to allow you to manage your follow-ups with those leads, your email campaigns. Some have blog features and different features that will allow you to capture more leads. And it will also allow you to set your leads up on home searches. Your CRM is going to be one of the most important tools that you're going to need in your business. But a couple things that we need to talk about as far as internet leads go, kind of expectations, costs, things along those lines that will help you get ahead. Internet leads are going to be one of the fastest ways that you can increase your database. If you're doing Google Ad Spend, and depending on your market, you can get hundreds, if not thousands of leads consistently every single month. The key to internet leads, in my opinion, is understanding the time and the process that it takes of a lead. You need to know that on average, an internet lead, at least in my market, is going to take anywhere from 6 to 8 months to close on a property. And that's from the time they join my website to the time, until they get to closing. Now, some of those leads, yes, they'll close before that 6 to 8 month window, and some will be a lot longer. But the important thing for you as you're building your database with internet leads is mentally knowing what you're getting into and knowing what the sales cycle is for that type of lead. You also need to understand that it's going to take you on average between 8 to 12 contact attempts before you can convert that lead into a more serious lead or a potential buyer. Another key number that you need to know and understand for growing your database with internet leads is, on average, the internet leads is going to convert at 1 to 2%. And if someone tells you that they're converting higher than that, then you need to pick their brain or join their team, or you need to pay them to show you how they're converting. But because we've seen, and I've been doing this for 8 years now, on average it's about 1 to 2%. And knowing your numbers with that is important. So, basically out of 100 leads that you get, probably 1 or 2 leads are going to actually turn into buyers and will eventually close for you. The key phrase here is eventually will close. So what that means is that you need to be and stay consistent in your follow-up process with these internet leads, and understanding that it does take 6 to 8 months, and that it does take 8 to 12 contact attempts. And that's very important for you to understand when you're making those phone calls. You also need to understand that when calling internet leads, you're going to have bad information. You're going to have a bad phone number. You're going to have bad emails. You're going to have the wrong name. You need to understand that you're going to be hung up on. You're going to be told no a lot. And buyers are going to tell you that they're not really looking when they really are. So you need to have the internet scripts for buyers in place, and you need to have those down, so that way you can kind of cut through all the BS and find those more serious buyers that do want to work with you. The best part of being armed with this information as an agent who's working with buyer internet leads is that I know I don't have to sell that lead over the phone every single time I talk with them. Buyers typically do not interview multiple agents, at least based off of my experience. They don't interview multiple agents when they're deciding on who they want to work with buying a home. Some will, most won't. Typically what happens, though, is it comes down to the agent that the buyer gets a hold of when they are ready. Then they ask for that agent to show them a property, and typically that agent then becomes their agent for the home buying process. So what I tell our agents all the time is it's our job and it's our responsibility as the agent to make sure we are staying in contact and we are positioning ourselves to be the agent for that lead when they are ready to buy. Again, I know the numbers, I know what it's going to take for that lead to turn into a buyer, so I just need to stay patient. I need to stay in front of that lead, and I need to follow up consistently. Another thing that you need to know about this is that you only have to sell the client when they're giving you signs that they are serious and that they are ready to buy. Every other time that you are speaking with them, you are simply just gathering information on them and on their home search. You don't have to sell every single phone call. And with this information, you can now do the math behind your business based on how much money you would like to make in a given year. So you'll need to figure out how many leads you're going to need per month in order for you to generate the amount of business that you want. So, do I need, if I want to do 2 deals, do I need 100 leads a month and generate that consistently and do the follow-up process? You also need to understand the cost per lead. For internet leads through SEO, you're probably going to be spending anywhere between $8 to $12 a lead. At least that's what we are paying here in Central Ohio. Now, if you're talking about Zillow leads, that's a completely different animal. They're going to be a lot higher. We can go into that in another episode. If you do more social media ads, then that cost per lead could be less. But the most important thing here is understanding numbers behind the internet leads, understanding how they work, the time frame, the process, and by knowing these, you're going to be able to scale your business based on what makes sense for you and how fast you want to move in your market, or how fast things do move in your market. And with this, you're kind of able to predict the future of what your business is going to look like as long as you stay with it consistently. Consistency plays a huge role in internet leads and being able to predict what your future business is going to look like in the next 3 to 6 months. And remember, your database should be your number one priority, and feeding it and keep growing it and following up with the leads that are in your database. There's no way you can't be successful in our business if you do those things. So I hope you found this helpful. Until next time,